What is the plan for the New York Jets at the quarterback position? We found out Aaron Rodgers is officially gone. Okay, the New York Jets made an official statement yesterday. We heard from Woody Johnson, Darren Muji, the GM, and the head coach, Aaron Glenn. It is now official. So now we have to talk about, as Jets fans and NFL fans, of course, because I'm sure some people are intrigued about the New York Jets quarterback position. We're back to square one, folks. Not where we want to be, but hey, let's talk about all the options. You guys comment down below where you want to see the New York Jets go at the quarterback position. As you can see on the graphic right here, we have 4 options, whether we go via the draft, trading for a quarterback, signing one in free agency, or you stick with Tyrod Taylor, okay? I think that's really the 4 options that we got. I'm going to break down all 4 options and give you guys my overall opinion on where I think the New York Jets should go. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe here to Jets Media. I'm super excited to continue breaking down Jets content all offseason long, so don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and of course, comment your thoughts. Let's get into the plan for the New York Jets at the quarterback position. Starting off with Plan A. The draft is definitely something I really hope the Jets do, number one. And I think that you can do, a hybrid version of this. I think there's an option for the Jets to draft a quarterback and sign one in free agency, draft the quarterback and keep Tyrod Taylor. We'll get into deeper of what I'm talking about there later on in the video. But I think you look at this NFL draft, the big narrative is there's not a lot of quarterbacks to be excited about. This is not a deep quarterback class. Maybe the Jets should punt on this year in terms of the quarterback position in the draft and draft a quarterback in the 2026 draft class. I really love a lot of prospects that I think the Jets can definitely be considering. Now, the first thing we got to talk about when it comes to the draft, will the Jets be aggressive and trade up? That's an option. If the Jets fall in love with Cam Ward or maybe even Sanders, could they trade up to the first pick, second, third pick for one of these top guys? It's definitely an option. I'm not going to rule it out. I'm not going to say it's likely either, but we got to, turn every single stone and figure out what the plan is, because I can guarantee you Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are thinking about every single scenario, so why not do it here as fans? Now, I think Cam Ward and Sanders are too much of a, I don't want to say pipe dream, but a little unrealistic. So let's talk about Jackson Dart from Ole Miss. You guys know, if you've been watching my content, I've been talking about Jackson Dart for months, even before the media started hyping him up a little bit. And I saw him with my own eyes at the Senior Bowl down in Mobile, Alabama, and I was very impressed. Now, drafting him at number 7, it would be very interesting. I don't know if that would be smart. There is a chance, though, if he balls out at the Combine and the Pro Days and the interviews, where he could all of a sudden be a top 10 pick. But as of right now, that's not where he's slated to go. I think the best case of action for Jackson Dart, if you're the Jets, is draft someone at 7 and then trade back into the back end of the first round potentially, package your second-round pick and future assets to trade back into the first round and land a Jackson Dart. Other guys in the mid-rounds, Kyle McCord from Syracuse, of course, the Ohio State quarterback. I mean, there's a lot of guys you can really talk about. Howard, of course. So I feel like, when it comes to the draft, we're going to see the draft process unfold, and we'll see if the Jets are going to bring somebody in via the draft, which I really hope they do. And if they do bring in someone via the draft, I still hope that we either bring back Tyrod Taylor to be the starting bridge, or we even sign a guy in free agency, whether that's Kirk Cousins. I know Kirk Cousins' name is under the trade because he's technically still an Atlanta Falcon, but in my opinion, there's a chance that the Atlanta Falcons are going to cut Kirk Cousins, which will make him open in free agency. Same thing goes for Derek Carr, option for the New Orleans Saints to buy him out, and he could be an option in free agency. But let's talk about the trade market real quick, because I feel like you never know. Matthew Stafford's name is now circulating. I know Dak Prescott's name is in there, and Kyler Murray. I don't see that as realistic options. Just threw in some random quarterbacks that could be potentially on the move, but I don't see that happening, to be honest. So I think the trade market is probably the least likely avenue the Jets are going to go at the quarterback position. The free agent market is intriguing, though, because you have Sam Darnold, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, Kirk Cousins if he becomes available, Derek Carr if he becomes available, and I think that Justin Fields' name is a guy that a lot of Jets fans have been linking to the New York Jets, a guy that some people really want to see them take a flyer on. I'm not too excited about the idea of Justin Fields. I just feel like a guy averaging a career 160 yards per game through the air is not what this Jets team needs. He provides upside as a runner, and he can throw the ball deep, stretch the field, but I just don't love Justin Fields enough to make him our bridge quarterback. I'd rather bring in a veteran like Kirk Cousins, honestly, or, even Jameis Winston. I mean, I'm not going to say they're better than Justin Fields, but Justin Fields just doesn't excite me, to be honest. But if it does get signed with the Jets, of course, I'm going to be, rooting for the guy and hopeful that he can help this team develop a new winning mindset. And when it comes to Sam Darnold, now that's an interesting conversation. I don't see it happening, folks. I really don't. I know there's some Jets fans that want nothing to do with Sam again. Some Jets fans are like, hey, let's do it. Bring him back. Bring Sam back. I don't see it happening, folks. I really, really don't. I think he's going to get paid around $35, $40 million a year, maybe 45 if a team really wants to give Sam the bag. He could return to Minnesota on a franchise tag. He could go to Vegas to partner up with Pete Carroll. Pittsburgh is an option for Sam. You know, there's a lot of teams out there that I think will be interested in Sam Darnold. And the Jets, without a quarterback, obviously they should be in the market for him, but I just don't see that happening. I don't think Woody Johnson would sign off on bringing Sam back after what happened. But that's definitely an option we have to talk about. And then Tyrod Taylor, let's talk about him. And also you got to bring up Jordan Travis. Jordan Travis is, you know, the guy that we drafted last year. I was very high on Jordan Travis in the draft process last year. I was pounding the table for the Jets to draft him, and they ended up drafting him, and I was very excited. The problem with Jordan Travis, of course, is his injury problem. He had a setback, did not practice, did not participate in any OTAs, any training camp last year. So this is technically Jordan Travis's rookie season. I mean, last year, he got to digest everything mentally, which is definitely a plus, but now he has no experience on the practice field at all. So I think Jordan Travis is somebody I'm excited to see in training camp, in preseason, but I'm not holding out hope that he's the franchise quarterback for the Jets by any stretch of the imagination. Best case scenario, he's the long-term backup for the Jets, or maybe he does become the franchise QB. I don't want to say it's impossible, but I'm just not putting my hope in it, is my point. So my scenario for the Jets is keeping Tyrod Taylor, keeping Jordan Travis, and drafting a quarterback, and going into this upcoming season with a veteran like Tyrod, a rookie quarterback like Jackson Dart, for example, and Jordan Travis. I think that will be a solid quarterback room. Now, if you want to replace Tyrod Taylor with bringing in Kirk Cousins or bringing in another veteran like Derek Carr to be the bridge, that's an option. And some people be like, Richie, why would the Jets go from Aaron Rodgers to Kirk Cousins? I mean, the only reason for it is the financial benefit of it. Kirk Cousins you can bring in for like $1 or $2 million, very similar to how Pittsburgh brought in Russell Wilson. The Broncos were paying his contract, but the Steelers had him on the roster. Same thing goes with the Kirk Cousins and even Derek Carr with the Saints. You can bring one of those quarterbacks in for very, very cheap, which would fit the mindset of the Jets. And I think, you know, with the Jets giving Aaron Rodgers a post-June 1st designation, we're going to eat $14 million of dead cap this year, $35 million next year. So that tells you the Jets may want to maybe pay for a quarterback this upcoming year to be the bridge. I don't know, man. There's a lot of options, and I'm definitely curious to get your guys' thoughts in the comment section where you want the New York Jets to go, because there's so many different options. Like I said, draft, trade, free agency, Tyrod Taylor, Jordan Travis. I mean, there's probably a name that I didn't even mention that could be an option too. So if you guys feel like I didn't mention a specific quarterback, whether in free agency, the draft, or the trade market, you let me know in the comments. Definitely curious to see where the Jets go. And no more Aaron Rodgers on the New York Jets. So we'll see where Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are going to go. So let me know in the comments, folks. Hit the like button as always. And let's go Jets, man. It's going to be a really interesting offseason, and I cannot wait to see how it all unfolds. Peace out, folks.